Indian's tummy. That Rocca is a resourceful guy. He's one of the best wrestlers in the game today. A jab in the big guy's throat, and Rocca is a free man. So far, no falls, no knockouts, and no quarter. That's all. Two top performers wrestle to a draw. A wrestling exhibition in Madison Square Garden. The famed Antonio Rocca, the barefoot boy of the Argentine, meets that giant of a man, Don Johnathon. Big Don, 280 pounds of heft, is from Salt Lake City, and he doesn't waste much time in trying to clobber the daylights out of Rocca. Zowie, but look out for that rebound. That big bad boy from Utah is now faced with the typical Rocca tactic. They're too big to reach with your hands. Get up there and squeeze their brains out. Over the ropes for Rocca. And a playful little kick, too. South American is back in there now to fight, but he's earned a little vengeance from that angry giant. Now there's a nice close-up of Johnathon, one of the long hairs of wrestling. Boom, those dancy-fancy feet of Antonio Rocca. They're sure shaking up that haircut. Mrs. Johnathon's boy is really furious. Well, what can you do against educated insteps? Rocca's talented right down to his toes. Zingo! And the big boy has him cornered. Parting kick leaves Rocca just a little woozy. What's that monster going to do next? Well, he's coming back to batter his little friend again. Ah, the joy of it all. Now it's Johnathon who's throwing his weight. A classic maneuver to soften your buddy up for a body slam. Come on, Rocca, how about testing the canvas? £280 of knee punching. But that's not enough for lovable Don. He climbs the ropes to get a better grip on the law of gravity. What? No target? That nearly broke his kneecap. Which leg was it, my friend? Rocca tries a twist of his own. Ah, that's too much for the big boy to bear. Johnathon calls for an end to the bone setting, and Antonio Rocca is the happier wrestler in Madison Square Garden.
That bad man from the Badlands, Johnny the Villain Valentine, takes on 1958's Wrestler of the Year, Argentina Rocca. 6'4" Valentine calls himself the national TV champion and unwillingly surrenders his championship belt. Rocca, wrestling's barefoot boy, has Valentine on the run right from the start. In fact, Valentine is so soft-hearted that he slips through the ropes. The jeers of the fans have no effect on Valentine, and even the referee can't persuade him to come back and earn his money. A good swat on top of the head by Rocca, infuriates the big blonde muscle man, and he immediately goes into an Indian war dance as both boys square off. Rocca has Val in the corner, and the Superman from south of the border administers some South American tactics that Johnny would just as soon do without. Rocca, rather pleased with himself, seems to have an acute dislike for the likes of Johnny, and this is certainly not Valentine's Day. Johnny gets back on his feet, smashes Rocca, and then tries to break in his new shoes on Antonio's chest. But the Argentine master of the mats comes up with a torrential rain of roundhouse blows that have a telling effect on Johnny. To add insult to injury, Argentina sharpens his toenails on Valentine's teeth. Val has no idea of his whereabouts, especially when strongman Rocca hoists the 240-pound Valentine to his shoulders and rocks his baby to sleep. Rocca appeases the ref by dropping Valentine flat on his back. The Rock goes into his drop kick routine again, and even the ref takes a tumble this time. Val returns, only to burn, as the Rock sends him reeling with a powerful sock. Valentine's dazed, and the fans are amazed as Rocca adds the finishing touches to his violent demonstration. The fans sense that the end is near as Rocca gives Valentine his second piggyback ride of the evening. The victor carries his victim amidst the tumult and the shouting, then discards the limp Valentine. Argentina Rocca delights the crowd as he proclaims himself the winner after administering a brutal beating to Johnny Valentine. Big John has had his fill of the Argentine Wild Man.
A six-man tag team match gives a half-dozen professional wrestlers the opportunity to demonstrate their acting talents. The Betty roles will be filled capably by a team composed of the two fabulous kangaroos and Dr. Jerry Graham. Antonio Rocca, Miguel Perez, and Ricky Starr form the opposing team. These frustrated actors can't wait for the opening curtain, and the audience is treated to some rollicking comedy before the first act. The referee is suspicious of these scatterbrained shenanigans, and he makes a quick exit. Wrestling fans are quick to voice their opinions on the happenings in the ring. And what's going on in the ring shouldn't happen to a dog, or should we say a kangaroo. Al Costello, one of the fabulous kangaroos, is getting a thorough going over by Ricky Starr. Not to be outdone by his partner, Antonio Rocca enters the ring and adds to the miseries of the downtrodden Costello. Turnabout is fair play, and the kangaroos really make an about-face with Ricky Starr, the former ballet master, receiving just punishment. Al Costello is doing the holding while Roy Heffernan plays role of executioner. But as in all things, the role of the baddies is short-lived. Al Costello must feel something like a football, for Ricky becomes a real shooting star with a barrage of flying drop kicks that pulverize the hapless grappler from down under. Starr pins Costello, and the goodies take a one-fall lead, much to the glee of the ringsiders. Antonio Rocca, the barefoot boy of the Pampas, gives the two Australians a demonstration in the proper use of the feet. Rocca's fancy footwork has the Aussies dazzled. Miguel Perez gets mad. There's no stopping his killer instinct. Even the non-combatants on the apron are subject to abuse when the Cuban killer goes on the warpath. Dr. Jerry Graham gives Antonio Rocca a thorough examination, but not the kind you usually expect from a doctor. Rocca decides it's time to fight fire with fire, and the doctor finds himself taking some of his own medicine. Graham's male nurse comes to his rescue, but Rocca tells him to mind his own business in no uncertain terms. A dropkick sends the doctor and his nurse to the canvas. Rocca performs the winning pin that gives his team the match. Everyone seems pleased with the match. Everyone, that is, except Ricky Starr. Starr openly displays his dislike for Dr. Jerry Graham's helpful nurse. The post-match altercation is settled, and once again the goodies prevail over the baddies in a rip-snorting professional wrestling card.
A wrestling exhibition in Madison Square Garden. Vern Gagne, an engaging young man from Minnesota, takes on a massive man of meanness, correctly and nicely called Killer Kowalski. Kowalski is that tall fellow with the lighter-colored trunks. He would, if he could, tear Gagne into filet mignon. Poor Gagne gets snaggled for a little more necking, and the question is, can he ever break that fond embrace? Not yet, lover boy. Once again, the killer, and Gagne's getting groggy. Uh-oh, it's time for Kowalski to groan. Old Vern just loves that game of footsies. This is his way of giving him a Charlie horse. Meanwhile, the bout continues, and Gagne is once more a punching bag. It's pretty hard to dent that big boy. This Kowalski is a pretty hefty human being, but he can be thrown, and Vern's the man to do it. How's that for bowling him over? Now the angry Vern is in on his foe for sure. Killer Kowalski's got a stinger on his head. Making faces doesn't help. Kowalski's simply a gone guy. The bout is over, and the killer lies flat on his back. It's another victory for the gallant Gagne of wrestling renown. Wrestling tonight in Madison Square Garden, a grappling thriller highlighted by two mighty men from the Middle West, Killer Kowalski of Detroit and Mr. America, Gene Stanley of Chicago. Stanley is the blonde boy, of course, and Killer Kowalski, his opponent, is also billed as the Polish Giant, and his dimensions warrant that nickname. The Killer stands 6 feet 7 inches tall. He weighs 275 pounds. A lot of meat and potatoes went into that makeup. Say, a lot of temper, too. Okay, the fuss is over and wrestling resumes. Kowalski is called Killer for obvious reasons. He murders other wrestlers, as blonde Gene Stanley is finding out right now. Stanley's having a rare old time. He won't be pinned, but watch the Killer have fun. Now the drama changes. Stanley is back on his feet, but not for long. Kowalski's having fun again. He's just a picture of playful innocence. I didn't hit him, ref, honest. He just pushed his face at me. we go again, but watch out for Kowalski. He is getting clobbered for a change. It turns out that Gene Stanley has that killing instinct, too. That was so much fun that the referee can hardly restrain him from doing some more. Here's Kowalski back. Just as full of play as ever. No fall, and once more our wrestlers are embraced. This is a mashed potato time. Kowalski being the guy who's getting cream. Gene has ideas. He doesn't know that the killer is about to charge. That did it. Stanley is still being hammered. He can't stand another blow. Well, maybe one more. Killer Kowalski is the winner. Stanley's a little annoyed, but of course that's only natural. No one likes to get kicked in the chops. And victory goes to Killer Kowalski, the Polish giant from Canada and Chicago. A rising wrestler who's knocking him dead in New York City.